Happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, happy everything, okay? Happy life, happy day. Oh, happy day, okay? Um, so today, y'all, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. Um, so I've been getting these calls lately. Um, excuse me, I just been I've been cleaning up a lot, but trying to get myself together for my next move. Lulu is doing the most, as usual. And so, anyhow, oh shoot, I know it's dying. Um, yeah, I was getting myself ready. I had to turn on the, sorry y'all, I had to turn on the light a little bit more. It's early in the morning, so yeah, and anyhow, I was getting myself ready these last couple of days. Dang, my thing is still not laying down. Y'all see my stocking cap? I ain't even worried about it. I'll chop it off later. Anywho, I was sitting there chilling, getting myself ready, and I noticed that all of a sudden, y'all, I'm getting all these calls from where I used to live, um, with my ex, and I'm sitting here like, whoa, like, okay, what is this? Because I've excuse me, I had some real good news. A lot of people from my past have been trying to contact me. That always happens when you having something, anything good. People all of a sudden they want to know what, yeah, what you're doing. All this when they was around you, they don't want to have nothing to do with you. They're talking about you, all that other stuff. But like I said, I just was working on myself, working on what my path like was supposed to be, what I'm supposed to be doing for life, which everybody should be working on. Um, but anywho, yeah, so I started getting these calls. And at first I was like, let me go answer and see who it is. But then I was like, wait a minute, these calls, these numbers are so distinct. Some of them was like disconnected, but two of them was from a steel mill. And I remember my ex, of course, my ex worked at the steel mill for quite a bit of time. Um, he's got a nice position there. Um, yeah, so I definitely didn't answer it. And I'm like, what is going on now? Like, now I'm starting to get myself together. I'm rededicating myself, getting clear with God, just everything else. I've been doing this for a couple of years, but as you got to be seeing on my channel, uh, and a lot of things have come into fruition, meaning that some of the stuff that I was doing in the background, a lot of people are starting to see now. And I was like, God, what is this? And then, like I said, I started being reminded, like God was downloading it to me, like that was the preparation, now you pass the test of moving forward with your life. Now you got to deal with the extra obstacles, and these was one of the reasons why I didn't want to push forward, because it was like the higher I was going, I was noticing this when I was like in my 20s, and this was happening when I was in pageantry and stuff like that. And not only that, my career life and things were changing. People were literally hating on me, and I would just laugh at it. If you don't think about the protection that you have if you're around people who really care for you, and people who love you, and people who can be in your corner. You can have negativity around you, negativity in your ear, but if you have positive people and people who are like-minded in your ear, that is positively aligned with God, you can still soar. Not only you can soar very far because you have a balance. People think like, if you only have positive, it's gonna make it so much better. No, no, no. But if you have that balance, and you can make a decision, I choose. If you have only one ear thing in your ear, you usually don't have a choice. Um, so anyhow, I was like, I'm not gonna answer this phone. I'm not gonna deal with it. And then they started calling more every single day. And then it made me realize, like, because when I was with this person, he began to talk about his ex, and it was so bad. He used to try to have me. Oh, excuse me. He used to try to have me to look on her page and to snoop out things about her, and I was like, no, like, I don't care about that. If that's supposed to be over, let it be over. What's the big deal? And this person would say all the horrible stuff that this person did, which this person was a horrible thing. Like, she did horrible things. She even did horrible things to me. Um, and yeah, and she was investigating me too yeah, she knew about me because she started dating with him and he was already snooping after me, snooping back after me. So this is why I'm telling y'all this. Um, and I remember that so distinctively, like, oh my God, like this person is trying to move her back. It's been seven, no, eight, almost 9 years. Yeah, eight, almost 9 years since we've been together. And now this person is seeing that, I didn't die, I didn't fall off, I didn't go back crawling. I worked on myself and I got better. And now, this person wants to, make some things happen, y'all. Why is it like that? Y'all, I do not know. Excuse me, but my screen is doing a minute, so I'm gonna try to. There we go. Woohoo! I don't know what was going on. I was like, what is that? It's like some oil or something. I don't know. And so, who I was like, okay, let's be smart. Uh, for one, let's get this recorded. So, if I have to deal with anything with court situations again or anything dealing with harassment again, I have some kind of documentation. Because I'm not so naive anymore. I understand that there are people who don't really care for you, and even if you tell them you don't want to have anything to do with them, they'll try to make a way to find a way to connect with you. They're gonna find a way to try to do things to you, and if they can't do it through themselves, they're gonna do it through other people. So you need to have a paper trail. So that was the first thing that I did, and then second, um, I didn't block. What I didn't do, I did this before, and what happened was this person was calling me through other places. I blocked the number. This person was calling through other places. What I did was did not answer. Numbers that I don't know, that don't leave a voicemail, I don't answer. I don't care who it is. If it's important, they're going to leave a message. And if that person decides to leave a message, that is also evidence that this person is trying to contact me, when I'm not trying to have nothing to do with them, okay? Y'all see my stuff is coming up, so I have to deal with that later. But anywho, and then, so yeah, so that's what I did. It also made me start thinking about where I was working at, y'all. I worked at this shelter. I told y'all about this one man, because this wasn't a guy, this was a grown old man who really was trying to pursue me. He would follow me when I get to work. He would jump out of his car. Everybody supposedly liked him. He was supposed to be considered, the peacemaker out of the whole group, when in reality, this person was turning everybody against other people. He was good at that, like turning people against other people and acting as if he didn't have his hand into things. Um, I don't, now that I look at it now, it started reminding me of it because I was the person, he wanted to say, oh yeah, I want to be with you. Let's go on a date. And I was like, no. Like, at first I was like, okay, well maybe, some tea or something, but after I just started seeing his character, I was just like, no. And honestly, I just don't think you have the capacity. I shouldn't have said it that tough, but I did. I don't think you have the capacity to be with someone like me. And I started seeing that with his character. After that, a lot of things started changing. This person would come around, act like they really like me. They would turn people against me. All of a sudden, they'll be mad at me. People would just do crazy stuff. And you'd be like, what the heck is going on? All the while, this person, as they're telling me stuff about other people, and I don't like gossip, but they're telling me, you got to watch out for people like that. They're trying to, spread things around about me, but they don't know a lot about me because I didn't give it off. I only gave out the minimum, the bare minimum. And not only that, sometimes it's helpful. I don't care what nobody says. It's helpful sometimes to put in a little untruth in certain things, when you're dealing with people who are very new to you and they're trying to get information. Um, because some of these people will get a kick out of that, and they try to tell what is lacking out of you to other people to make themselves sound important. Okay, I had that at the job that I'm at now too. You know, I wasn't even trying to even. I was just clowning. This person took the whole clown into a whole real thing. But anyhow, so uh, yeah, excuse me. It reminded me of that because this person was what this person would do was triangulate, and I mean triangulate on top of triangulate. And this person would go and tell, and then when you start picking it out and dissecting it, because I'm just a person that has that investigative spirit. Like I could break down some stuff. I don't know. I know it's by the mercy of God. That's one of the things that God has shown me. I'm very investigative. I can hear something and know that it is not the truth. Like that is not the truth, and what the truth is just by just listening. Most people can do that, but I can tell it off very kind of quick. I can tell it off kind of quick. And so I was just listening, and I remember this person was saying, all the things about this other person and how they're useless and everything. But I also remember, I had remembered that the person, when he was talking, I was remembering when he said he had this project to do, and he wanted me to help him with this project, y'all. And I'm like, first of all, at work, you got to be careful with those type of people too, because people like that, they will go and try to do projects that they know they can't do, but they first volunteer because they want everybody to think that they're knowledgeable. And what they do is scramble and try to get people under their belt to do it for them. So they'll find out things. Oh, I know this person knows how to do it. I'll do it. Excuse me. I'll volunteer for this project, but I know so and so who can do this and so and so who can do that, and they won't give the credit to those people. They're gonna take all their ideas, take all the things that they got from everybody else, collect it all together, and present it in as if it's their own, and not give you any kind of credit whatsoever. And so you have to be careful of that. And I started noticing that with that person. The other thing was that when he was talking about this project that he had, he wanted me to help him with it. One was dealing with like Lutheran social services, something like that, um, or some others. I won't even say the actual name, but it was that affiliation, and I remember he was talking about that, and he wanted me to help his son with a statistics class. And I'm sitting in here, and I'm like, there is no way. First of all, there's no way because that's a grown man. Even though that's your son, that's a grown man. Um, and we're not too far away. And then on top of that, why would I do that when there's tutors, when there's other people that are assigned to do that, that are paid there to get that, or who is getting credit for that? Why would I do that? That has no beneficial value to me. And if that's so, you needed that much help, then why didn't you go find them a tutor or do it yourself? You know? And so I was just like, no, whatever. But I noticed that the person that he was talking about, the woman that he was talking about, and that was supposed to be his friend, and no, but she's no good, blah blah this. Um, that later on, I found out that she was the one. She didn't even know that I knew about the project. That she was giving him everything. She put the whole thing together. I'm telling y'all, like these people are twisted and sick. Not only that, when I started going and I started questioning him about that, because I'm like, why is this lady attached to you like that? Like, you can have female friends and male friends to a limit. Especially being an older person, you know certain things like that just don't add up. This person would literally get up and glow and just dance when he would come around. All this kind of stuff. I was just really really crazy. So I was just like, what the heck is going on? And you sitting over here acting like you're trying to pursue me, which I don't really care because you are already told you that I don't. How I felt. But then you would try to bring. He would just constantly try to bring people. Boom, boom. around me. Another thing was my boyfriend that I have at the time, that I have now, um, was sending me flowers, y'all. And so I got these big white, beautiful flowers, y'all. I got these flowers, y'all, which made a lot of them jealous. And I'm sitting here like, why would y'all be jealous when y'all all got husbands? And to the other person who I knew was secretly messing with the guy who, supposedly claimed like me at the job. Like, that should give you an indication and let you know I'm not dealing with none of y'all. I'm not even focused on that. It was so much crazy stuff. But I just, long story short, I started noticing a triangulation he would do amongst other people, and he would pick other people that um I won't say, well, he would pick other people, and I had another coworker who would tell me, "Look, Belle, I see exactly what you see. You're not going nuts. The people that he's picking, he's triangulating, but the people that he's picking against you, they don't really, they know that they don't really have a chance. They know that he's using them, but they know that you're the best pick. So now that's why they're coming after you. You don't match to them. You're on a higher ranking. I'm like, no, I don't think so. Everybody's different. Everybody's valued differently. And she would tell me like, yeah, but not really, not in real life. We talk about things that everybody's, in God's eyes, but as far as the things that you do, the things that you're capable of doing, you can't compare to that. Everybody is different levels to this. How hard you work, the things that you accomplish. Like, you have to understand that. You have to understand the greatness in you, and what it attracts, and what how people who are not on your level, what they're gonna do, what they'll do to try to get it. And I was like, okay. So anyhow, y'all know I'm away from that job now, right? And a lot of things have started to burst out for me, and so like I said, a lot of people are coming back. But it reminded me of that part, because now that I'm out the picture, all those people are being dropped. This person is still trying to contact me. Not only my ex, but people who was around in that whole thing. People that he discarded. People that my ex discarded. People that at my old job where this older guy was at that was trying to pursue me, that he was putting all in my face and trying to do all kind of crazy stuff and certain all these circles. Now all these people are trying to come back and speak to me now. When I was there, they were all against me. They were all against me, and I have nothing. I didn't have anything to against any of them. All I came to do at that job was to do my job. So I say that to say this, because it gave me that revelation of seeing all of that crap. You are their strength. You know how you say the Lord is my strength and the Lord is my strength? Well, you are their strength, okay? And I know this sounds kind of like I'm not God. I'm not saying that I'm God by any means, okay? There are some people who are too weak minded to try to find who the true and living God is, okay? And they see the God in you. They see the God in you, y'all. Y'all think I'm tripping, but I'm not. I'm trying to lay down and lounge, and this dog is all over, y'all. My dog is, oh, she a little nestlebot. She is a nestlebot, y'all. I can't. Oh my God, I can't. Oh, I'm in my big chair, and she is not letting me rest. So, anywho, so they see the God in you. Let's pull this in. They see the God in you, bruh. They really do. They really and truly do. And what they do, because they see it, some people know that it's only, it's easier to connect to you. Well, it's not easier to connect to you than to connect with God. They know that they don't want to do the work. They want to be unrepentant. They don't want to say, God, help me. I see God in her, and I want to have something like that. So God, touch me, and show me the ways of your heart, and show me what you have for me. They don't want to do that. What they want to do is come in and get you, because you the closest thing to God that they've seen. You are the closest thing to God that they have seen. Don't trip, okay? It's not really you. It's not really you that they don't like. It's the calling on your life. It's the anointing. Okay? It is the anointing. But they so fearful of it. They like it, but they're so fearful of it because they're unfamiliar with it. And when you go around and when you walk around and when you spreading it, because energy is not lost nor gained. It is transferred. It does something to them. It pierces them. When you walk into a room, I noticed that people used to be like, Bill, you walking into the room, people were like, who is that? Who is she? You could be looking tired as ever, and people are like, who is that? Because they see the inside of you. They see the inside of you. So you got to keep in mind that. You got to keep in mind that you are their strength. You are their strength. Sometimes you have to remove yourself for people to see how great you really are. Okay? I literally had to pull back. I literally had to pull back, you know, all of the things that I wanted to do at this place. They were coming with a new leader. I had new um intels, new systems that they needed to have in place. They have the building, they have the resources, but they don't have what they don't have is the skilled people. What they don't have is the physical connection from the outside world to in. How are you gonna bring these people in? Let me tell you, the people listen. And people can see that in you. Not just with that job. I'm talking about with life in general. People can see the God in you. Even when you don't feel like you walking in God's true anointing or ability. They can see the God in you. They can see the God in you. They can see the God in you. They'll say something is different. My current boss right now. Oh my goodness. Well, my current supervisor. He said he's not my boss, but he's my supervisor. He's still my boss. Okay, and he got up and he says, see, I know you not like the rest of them. I admire that. I told him, he asked me, he was getting on my nerves, y'all. This is why I started laughing at the beginning of the story when I first started recording, when I was telling y'all about my new boss. And he asked me how many kids did I have, and I was like, why? What does that have to do with this job? Because it doesn't. Does that mean that I'm not capable of doing my job if I had any kids or had none? And I asked him, how many do you have? And he goes out and he says 6. Oh, no, no, no. He said he had a couple. And he said, how many do you have? I was like, a lot. So he says 3, 4. I'm like, no. I was like, 9. Y'all know I don't have no kids. But anyhow, and so he's like, 9. I'm like, yeah, with the serious face. With the serious face as ever. Because I'm like, I know this is a manipulative person. This person is trying to get intel. So, whatever. His face lit up. Oh, that's 3 more than mine. I said, so we're doing comparison, huh? He's like, no, no. Then he goes and starts telling me how loose of a woman I am for having 9 kids by 9 different daddies that I really don't have, y'all. But he literally has 6 kids, by 3 baby mamas, and don't none of them live with him, y'all. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. This is the stuff. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. And he was like, after a while, because I just literally shut people. When I deal with people like that, the easiest thing, just let them talk. And don't feed into them. Let them talk. And just like, okay, all right. Because you got to think about it. They ain't putting no bread on your table. They ain't putting clothes on your back, putting gas in your car. They not doing none of that. They ain't paying none of these bills. Okay? You got a couple of stacks. Because my rent ain't no $25. Like what? Do you have some bands? Because I'm telling you. No, no, no. No, no, no. Are you helping with my spiritual walk? No. No. Because there are people who got money who can do all that and still try to mess up your life. I've been with them too. So no, 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 no. Okay, y'all. But just understand, he just kept saying something is you different than all these people. I'll be watching you. I see. Some of these people, they be watching you. I'm telling you, you are their strength. You are their strength. When you come in, you thinking that you just trying to do your job. You trying to do what you do. But they gonna try to tear you down, tell everybody else that insubordinate, you this, what's the good thing that they try to say? Not insubordinate. Not rebuttal. What is the word? Confrontational. But it's not confrontational. They don't use confrontational. But it's dealing with confrontational. But they combative. That's what it is. You're combative because you're pulling out when in reality you're stating the facts. In reality, you're telling what the heck that they're doing. You're being combative, especially if you're a person of color, and that doesn't always mean being black. Because I had this lady who's Latino that went through the same thing, y'all. The same thing. You being combative when you call people out, when you call their flaws out, when you tell what is really going on. But I'm telling y'all, pull back. You are their strength. Pull back. Pull back. And when I say pull back, I'm not saying pull back from who you are. Pull back from them. Get your energy back from them. Let them swerve in that darkness, because let me tell you something. When you pull back, they got to go back into that little festering of energy. And you don't understand that the reason why they was around you is because they were feeding off of your good vibes. They was feeding off of your good nature, your kind-heartedness, and you was the best thing that came to them. Okay, that's just like my ex. Y'all, I heard through the grapevine that he had went to this other person who this person was like a college bound student, and they was already comparing, telling them about how I was, and I was just like, I don't care at this time. This was like year 5 while I was here, and I was at that time I was just like, I don't care. I'm on self recovery as far as getting my life back together, getting back to me, y'all, because it took me a minute. It took years to get back to me and to love myself and to understand why I need to guard my heart, why I need to guard my space, why I need to guard everything around me. And so, um, yeah, this person, they had this person psyched up, but then all of a sudden now, recently, I didn't even think about this person. They're calling me. They're trying to get into contact, you know. Oh, and at that time when I left that person, this was like, we were still together when I won. So it's about 9, almost 10 years ago. I had won a pageant then, and it was like national. And a lot, it just, because of being in that partnership, it took a lot of things away from me, scholarships, a lot of things away from me, y'all. And to the point where I had to come here to flee. Um, and now things are coming back. Now things are coming back. So now I know that in my head, and I know in my heart what is really true. You know, the light that God put inside of me was already there. It was always there. It was always there. When I got away from darkness, I became all right. And so that's what I wanted to share with y'all. You are their strength. If they're dogging you so bad, separate from them. Separate from them. Separate. And see how your life changes. It might be some things that you lack in that they point out, because they can find your flaws within a second. Work on them. Work on them. Not for them, but for you, so you can be a better person for you. So then when you're able to look, when they start coming back, like they're coming back now, you're able to look at yourself and look at where you were and where you are, and be grateful and understand that that was necessary for you to be where you're at, so that it can catapult you to the place that you need to be. You are their strength because they don't know who God is. And you cannot be with unequally yoked people. Stay away from them. Go around people who are like you. Who are like you. It's nothing wrong with helping people who are under you. But you need to guard yourself, guard your heart, guard your mind. Be around people who are like minded, like you. Because these other people, you are their strength. I'm going to get off of here. Hopefully, something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned. The Journey to Joy. Thank you so much, y'all. Y'all take care. Bye.